Welcome back to Restore the Republic, where you're going to find out what's true. Today we got a good one. We're going to have a little history lesson. We're going to talk about the original 13th Amendment. You know, in the Constitution of 1787, the original Constitution, along with amendments, the original 13th Amendment was the titles of nobility. And in 1810, Congress passed it. March 12th of 1819, it was ratified by the states into law. So it was there. A lot of historians know it. A lot of younger people today don't know it because they changed the 13th Amendment. So anyways, here's what the 13th Amendment is. Here's how it reads. If any citizen of the United States shall accept, claim, receive, or retain any title of nobility or honor, or shall, without the consent of Congress, accept and retain any present, pension, office, or emolument of any kind whatever, from any emperor, king, prince, or foreign power, such person shall cease to be a citizen of the United States, and shall be incapable of holding any office of trust or profit under them, or either of them. So that's what the original 13th Amendment was, titles of nobility. So what happened to it? Where'd it go? Well, we're going to find out. You're going to find out. Well, in 1803, the U.S., the United States, and Britain's relationships were really kind of still on bad terms. And around 1803, the Napoleonic Wars started over in Europe. So what Britain did was they took Navy ships and blockaded ports of countries that were neutral to that cause. So they had blockades around our eastern seaboard. And you know, the states were mad, people were mad. So the Americans decided, at this time, banking was just getting started. You know, they had the first United States Bank. Well, what they decided, the Americans, they said once that charter of that bank was over, they were not going to renew the charter. They were going to get Britain and England out of our banking system, which was one of the greatest things they could have done. But when they did that, here's what Nathan Mayer Rothschild said. This is a quote. Either the application for the renewal of the charter is granted, or the United States will find itself in a most disastrous war. So there's a Rothschild back in 1803 talking about war because they weren't getting their way. Wow, things haven't changed much, have they? But anyways, the Brits, because the Americans didn't renew that charter, I think it might have been Rothschild or some other Brits that decided to get European investors to pull out all their money from that United States Bank. The United States Bank. And they took out about $7 million, which would have been back then a crap ton of money, you know, which kind of was destroying the economy. And it led, you know, economic downturn led into the War of 1812. So the titles of nobility kind of prevented British agents from meddling into our republic, into our government. They didn't want them into our affairs of the new republic, basically. You know, we didn't want anything to do with them. Well, England got mad, and they ordered their soldiers to burn down Washington, D.C. You know, they burn up the White House. They burn up the Library of Congress, which was holding all these documents. A lot of the evidence of the original documents were lost, destroyed, you know. Titles of nobility was destroyed. There were still other copies, but, you know, it took a lot out of the archives. So the British Crown knew the Americans wouldn't tolerate them ruling again. The Americans would not put up with that shit again. So they kind of said, we'll let you return to having your republic form of government with one exception, that you take out the titles of nobility clause amendment, which they did. You know, it wasn't in the second Constitution. Well, in 1832, the titles of nobility started disappearing from text, from sources that normally would have had it in there. And in 1876, it was removed from all official state publications. So basically from 1876 till present day, no one's really seen it. No one's really heard of it. But here we are. They cut it out of the original amendments. And the reason the Americans put it in there, so that these foreign pieces of shit wouldn't be involved in our government. So they wouldn't be involved in the republic. Well, that's changed. Not lawfully, but they've changed. They've changed it. And look what we have today in all of our courts around every state of this union. Foreign administrative courts. And here we are talking about titles of nobility. And every one of them freaking actors in those courts have a title of nobility. Every one of them had to pass a bar exam, had to swear an oath to a foreign government. That's what we have in our country, in our land, on our land and soil. Foreign actors still ruling over us, stealing from us. It's crazy. And it's amazing that more people don't talk about this. It's one big scam, people. Those courts are not for Americans. They're for U.S. citizens. Remember in my previous videos, I've been telling you, if you're a U.S. citizen, you are not American. You're a subject to the Crown of England. You're a subject to the king. They own you. That's why you have to go to their courts. But us Americans, we're tired of this shit. We're tired of these foreign actors in our states messing with the American people. So it's time to shit or get off the pot. I'm doing something about it. I've done something about it. I've joined my state assembly, unincorporated. Our state assembly is the government. For and by the people. So, study up on this stuff. Do what you can. Join your state assembly unincorporated. Help out. Let's get America back again. Let's make America great again. Not through these foreign corporations, though, that are in D.C., through the people in your state. So go to the TASA websites, tasa.americanstatenationals.org. Check it out. Get involved. Join. Become an American again. And let's kick these foreign actors out of our country. God bless.